Most women who look into starting a moving box rental business, they all have the same fear. It's going to take too much time, it's going to cost way too much money, and it's going to be way too complicated to fit into their real lives. And I get it, because when you look at starting a business from scratch, it can feel like you are standing at the bottom of a mountain with no trail in sight. But what if that fear was actually based on a completely wrong assumption? Today, I'm going to show you exactly why that fear might be the only thing standing between you and something that could seriously change your life. We are talking real timelines, real women, and real results. So stick with me because the third point is the one that's going to surprise you the most. So if you've never heard of a moving box rental business before, let me give you the 30-second version. So you're going to be buying reusable plastic moving boxes and you'll be renting them out to people who are moving homes or offices. So basically you're going to deliver these boxes, you're going to pick them up after they've unpacked, you get paid. That's it. That's the whole business. It's home-based and it is scalable, and it is something that you can build around a full life, whether that means a full-time job, kids, or both. If we've never met before, my name's Carrie. I've coached over 140, maybe even 145 women now, all across North America, how to start their own moving box rental business from home. I have been in the rental industry now since 2007, and I built my very first rental business completely from scratch. We're talking no roadmap, no coach, and there's no community behind me. So that experience is actually what drives everything that I do today. I already actually had a party rental business. At the time, I had had it for 14 years. So you would think, okay, Carrie, rentals should be easy, right? Guess what? It was not. It was not easy. It still took me 6 months just to build my website. 6 months, because I had no template to work from. I was starting from absolute scratch. And while I was building this website, I was also trying to source suppliers, naturally. At one point, believe it or not, I had found 24 suppliers that I was requesting a quote from. Like, who does that? All at the same time, 24. I didn't know anybody in the moving box industry, so I was not reaching out to ask them questions. I was literally Googling everything. And this is like before AI times, guys, like way before AI. So every single answer that I found, it came from hours and hours of research on Google. I was spending money on things I didn't even need, because I had no roadmap, right? I was just totally guessing things and hoping I was doing the right thing, kind of like crossing your fingers, right? And here's the part that really gets me. I wasn't even looking for a better way because I didn't know that a better way existed. I had never hired a business coach in my life. In fact, I didn't even know what a business coach was, didn't know it was a thing. So it wasn't until 2021, which was a full year after I launched my moving box rental business, that I hired my very first business coach. And I want you to hear this clearly. If I had hired this business coach before I had embarked on this adventure, I would have cut my timeline by 75%. All that time, all that money wasted, all that stress. And it all could have been avoided. And that's exactly why I built this program for my students the way that I did. Okay, guys, we're gonna get into those 3 points, okay? So number one, here is something that might surprise you. So according to the Small Business Administration, the average new business owner spends over, get this, 100 hours in their first year alone on research and setup. Holy smokes, before they've even made a single dollar. And that is for businesses with tons of existing resources. Moving box rental is still a newer concept, right? So you're not gonna find all these step-by-step roadmaps or all these guides on Google. They just don't exist. You're not gonna find a supplier list, for example, on page 1 of your search results. Like, it just doesn't happen. So without having a roadmap, you're not just learning a business, you're trying to build the map at the same time. And every answer is going to lead to like 3 more questions, right? Every decision, it feels like a risk. And that clock, it just keeps on ticking. And that's exactly where the time goes. That's where the money goes. And that's where the momentum dies. And the women that are in my program, they skip all over it. They just skip right over it. Everything is already figured out and it's just handed to them on a gold platter on day 1. So that's the first thing I want to talk about. Second thing, this is what I really want you to understand here, is that my program, it was not built for someone with unlimited free time. Like, who has that, by the way? It is built for real women with real lives. So if you're working full time, you're raising kiddos, you're taking care of maybe elderly parents, the program is designed around about 5 to 10 hours a week, somewhere around that. You just need a few focused hours and a roadmap to follow. So if you are on the other hand of the spectrum, maybe your kiddos are a bit older, maybe they're adults now, or, you're ready to go all in, you can absolutely move through the course a lot faster. My fastest student ever on record completed my program. So my program is 16 weeks, so about like 4 months-ish. She completed the program and launched in just 7 weeks. She was a single mom, mind you, and she had a full-time job. It's not like she was retired and had all the time in the world. She was busy. But she just carved out very focused hours whenever she could find them. And she crossed the finish line faster than anyone before. So what I'm trying to say here is that your timeline, it's not fixed. I'm not saying, yes, it's going to take you the full 16 weeks to launch, right? It's very flexible. It flexes around your life. Now, you might be wondering, okay, so if the program flexes around my life, why is it still 16 weeks? And that's simply because life gets in the way, right? And that's not a bad thing, guys. It's just reality, right? You send a quote to a supplier and you have to wait like 6 days for a response. Or you go to set up a bank account and they're like, yeah, next available time is about 10 days from now. And you're like, okay. You get sick, or you have a vacation planned, or someone's wedding is coming up. Your kid has something that they need you to help them with. Work gets crazy. There's lots of stuff. Life happens. It gets in the way. And none of that means that you're failing. It just means you're human. So the 16 weeks in my program, it gives you enough breathing room to build this properly without burning out and without cutting corners, most importantly. Plenty of my ladies have launched quicker than 16 weeks, and plenty have taken the full 16 weeks. Both are totally fine. Like, either way, no issue. If you think about it, if you launch in 12 weeks versus 16 weeks, is it the end of the world? Of course not, right? The only thing that matters is that you do cross the finish line. All right, last point I'm going to talk about, and I hear this from women all the time. Carrie, I just don't feel ready yet. And I really do get it. When you're looking at building a whole business from scratch, it can feel like there are a million tiny little steps that you have to take that are standing between you and your first customer. But here is what most people don't realize. You don't need everything to be perfect to make your first sale. You need a website, you need your boxes, and you need someone that's moving, right? Just simplifying it here, but that's basically what you need. That's it. And here's the part that surprises most women, is that some of my students make their first sale before they've even finished the program. They're not even done yet, and they're still learning about, all the little things I have in the course, but they got a sale. Because the moment that your website is live, so it's being appeared on Google, for instance, and you've got your boxes in hand, people in your community are moving every single day, and they need what you have. And with the program behind you, and with your pal Carrie behind you, you're not guessing whether your pricing is right, or whether your website looks professional enough, or whether your rental agreement will protect you. All of it's done for you, right? So the gap between where you are right now and your first sale is a lot smaller than you think. The roadmap, it already exists. The website template already exists. The supplier list already exists. The pricing strategy, it already exists. The marketing strategy, it's already there for you, right? So you just need to decide that you are ready to start. So I'd love to recap what we've talked about, and then I have a very important thing to tell you at the end, okay? So the first thing we mentioned was that doing this alone could cost you a year or more. So without a roadmap, you're not just learning a business, you're trying to build the map at the same time. And that's where the time and the money out the window, she's gone, right? Okay, point number 2 we talked about is that your timeline is completely personal. Whether you have 5 hours a week or you've got 40 hours a week to put towards this, this program was built to flex around your life. And the 16 weeks exists because life happens, and that is all accounted for. And the third thing we talked about is that you're probably a lot closer to your first sale than you think. You don't need everything to be perfect in order to launch. You just need the website, you need the boxes, and you need someone that's moving, like we talked about. And some of my students, they do make their first sale before they've even finished the program. So let's close this up for today because I have something to tell you. So if you are still here, congrats, you made it to the end of the video. First of all, thank you, because that tells me you are serious about this and I've piqued your interest. I have a free 3-part video series that walks you through exactly how this business works, how much you can make, and of course, how to get started. So the link is in the description below. There's a Canadian link and American link. So just click on the one that's right for you and it will take you exactly where you need to go. And my program I have, it's designed specifically for women. So if you know a woman in your life who's always wanted to build something of her own, please share this video with her. You might just change the direction of her life. And one last thing, I want you to comment below and tell me, what is the number one thing that's been holding you back from starting a business? I genuinely want to know. And like I said before, I read all the comments, guys. I would love to hear it. If you're not subscribed yet, hit that subscribe button so you never miss one of my new videos. I post content pretty much every week to help women build this business and create the kind of income and freedom they deserve. And if you want to connect with me and you want to connect with a community of women who are building this business all across North America, you can join our free Facebook group. I do have the link in the description below as well. So the community I have is just for the ladies and it's one of the most supportive groups you'll ever be a part of. So I'll see you in there.